All right, we are live. Thank you so much for showing up. Thank you so much for tuning in. We are ready. So, this is our spiritual guidance boot camp, and this is the day that we are discussing our shadow self. So, this is so big. I just want to hurry up and dive right in. But before we do anything, we've got to type in our 1111s, the opening of the spirit realm. So type it in so that you can receive. And I see Miss Carol B already up in the house. Thank you so much, everybody, for attending. Now, remember, this is a very involved unit, and I really want you to participate. So comment, ask questions, share your spiritual experiences, and just be prepared to really release and let go of some stuff that you've been holding on to and welcome the next phase of who you are and who you are meant to be. All right. So I want to start in the time we're doing this, we have 9, 10, 11. We've got 3 more minutes into 11:11. So this is really scheduled because of. So let me just say at 11:11, you're going to hear my timer go off. We're going to pause and we are going to raise it up and we're going to hear from the divine. Now, here's what you want to say. We got 2 more minutes in. Divine source, God, Allah, Jehovah, the Most High, however you call in the Most High, you want to say, please show me my spiritual guidance the way that I can receive it. Now, if you're at a crossroads, you want to call that crossroad out and you want to say how grateful you are to receive your spiritual guidance. Either way it goes, okay? But you definitely are aware that you're making a promise to divine source and that you are open to receiving thy will be done and not yours, okay? So it's really important. If you're not ready to do that, we understand it. That's why we're going to share with you how to make peace with your shadow self today. But I highly encourage you to challenge your human today and just start. There's nothing like the most present time to just start living your best life, okay? So we got 1 more minute in, and we're going to just raise it up and be at one with our higher self, connected to our creator. All right, we got 1 more minute in. So why don't we just start by taking a beautiful deep breath in and just preparing our human for this energy that's going to come in. Now, this is a message, a sentence, a name, a feeling, a smell, a taste, a memory. Hang on to it. And if you've got your journal, okay, I want you to start bringing your journal here. Write it down as soon as you receive it. Your human will try to judge it. Your human will try to say it's not happening because it defies human logic. We know the truth. The truth is the circumstances we're living in is the lie, and we know right now is the truth. Ready? Go ahead and take a beautiful deep breath in and raise your vibration. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. All right, take another beautiful deep breath in, spiritual superstars. Write down what you've received if you can. Record it somehow because that was your spiritual guidance. All right. All right, all right. Don't be afraid, and definitely be okay if you didn't receive your spiritual guidance. Okay, now you will receive it, so give yourself some time. Sometimes we need to remove ourselves from the current situation we're in. Sometimes we need to remove ourselves in order to just shake up the energy, and we need to get into a different position, a different environment. We need to get away from other energy that is really posing a threat to our success. And our human really feels that and is very guarded and protective of us. We are the soul within our human. So don't be afraid or don't be disappointed in not receiving an immediate wealth of abundance and spiritual guidance, or an immediate, oh my goodness, this is the answer to my prayers. It will come. Be patient with your human. And that's really a really foundational step in learning how to embrace your shadow. So I'm going to roll on over to my notes here. And Carl Jung. Carl Jung is a very famous thought leader from way back. And I encourage you to look into some of his philosophy and some of his teachings. So we're going to use some of that today. And then I'm going to share with you the process that I have learned to do well over 40 years of my own life. And it has brought not only myself, but many of our spiritual superstars results. And so I encourage you to go on ahead and pick up the book so that you can get all 7 steps and learn how to master your spiritual awakening while learning how to embrace and come to terms and make peace with your shadow self as well. You can pick that up at Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Walmart, whatever your choice of purchase is. The 7 steps to master any spiritual awakening. And if somebody would just drop that in the comment section, I greatly appreciate that. So, spiritual superstars, if you are new to me, I am Nicole, founder of Spiritual Guidance Academy, where we help you master your spiritual gifts and we wake you up to the vastness of spiritual guidance, spirituality, and all that lies therein. We want you to leave Spiritual Guidance Academy. We want you to leave any teachings or any products or services that we provide fed and in control and empowered and with a sense of peace and courage and stability and this inner serenity and happiness that you might not have had before. All right, so you might have noticed that you're seeing things differently because of your awakening. And your spiritual awakening is the moment the Most High really reaches out to you and I and everybody else and really calls our untapped, our unlimited potential to the surface of the current times we're in the life cycle that we're experiencing. And when that happens, it shakes up a part of us. Well, that part of us that gets really confused and really afraid is our human. Well, our human is our shadow, and we literally are living in this existence every time we wake up from our sleeping state. So when you woke up this morning, honey, your human woke up, but you have always been alive and well inside of your human or your vessel or your body. And so I like to really term that as your human because the fact is you are the soul within your human. And yes, you've heard countless thought leaders and colleagues of mine express we're dual beings. And I'm sure that's not something that's new to you. I'm sure that you believe that as well because you're here. But the fact remains that we have to really acknowledge this other side of self that is going through life, being met with circumstances that we must deal with. We either choose to ignore it or face it head on. Well, that's your shadow making decisions. And if your shadow is making decisions based on what other people want for you, then your shadow is not going to feel so embraced, certainly not welcomed, and definitely not appreciated and loved by the one energy that knows your shadow the best, which is you, the soul within your human. So if you have gone through life or you're feeling like this is you, then definitely embrace it. So you might have been telling people, hey, you don't know my life. You don't know me. What you think you know me, or I see you trying to get to know me. You don't know me, or I got to keep that side of me secret. Or the things that you have said to people that have purposely, on purpose, right, hurt them. Maybe you wanted to just protect yourself, and so you came out very defensive and guarded in your verbiage and your behavior. Maybe you find that you had a fear of commitment, or maybe you currently do. Maybe you find it very difficult to make friends. Maybe you just find it difficult to let people in and to see your faults and to see your vulnerable self. That's totally understandable. Some people come out and they say, you don't know what I've been through. That's totally understandable. And then you go back within, even in that instance of saying something that is harsh, angry, that makes someone else sad, that distances you from that person or people, or even having that fun. You might even say, you know what, no, I don't want a hug. When deeply inside of you, you just want to jump out and embrace that person like your life depended on it because you really feel like it does. Well, that guilt that you instantly get in that response and that reaction is well, what happened? We're live. Instantly get in that. Let me see if I can mute that. That was really cool. Okay, well, all right. At least I know that we're live. Okay. Let me see if that is. Oh, okay. I had myself viewing myself. That's super cool. Let me leave y'all a message. I love y'all. There's my message. All right. So I think I can get out of there. All right. So, watch you every time I possibly can. Thank you so much, Rosalind. Everybody else, thank you so much. So, you might feel that guilt instantly, right? And it's like, oh my gosh, why did I say that? Why do I feel this way? You have that inner outer struggle. It's okay. We're here to tell you that we are going to help you embrace that side of yourself. Okay. So no need to beat yourself up. There is a need to acknowledge it. Okay. And that awareness is something that's going to automatically help you. And I am so sorry about that. Y'all got my attention. Kids are good, so I can just put this ringer off. You know what I mean, parents out there? You only have it on when the kids aren't around, then you're like, okay, I need to make sure I'm available to my little ones. But other than that, y'all got my undivided attention right now. So this is one of the things that Carl Jung has said. The shadow is a moral problem that challenges the whole ego personality. For no one can become conscious of the shadow without considerable moral effort. To become conscious of it involves recognizing the dark aspects of the personality as present and real. This act is the essential condition for any kind of self knowledge. Now, I totally agree with some aspects of Carl Jung's philosophy. What I disagree in is his verbiage. We have whitewashed spirituality to the point of anyone with an ounce of color really is struggling, and in anyone with any ounce of low economic or any kind of judgment that has already been projected onto them as far as economic, ethnicity, any way of life, or any kind of uniqueness that really goes against the mainstream spiritual industry has really felt. And I am of the belief and of the mission to change that. So the verbiage is really, really important because you deserve to identify with the vastness of spirituality. God is not religion. God is spirituality. And sometimes that word God, even the title, has been abused and used for negativity and for evil works. And so we want to make clear that the shadow is not so much a moral problem. Okay? It is a reality. It is a being. It is your human, which is a beautiful thing. The ego is human, which is a beautiful thing. Your human does not deserve to be judged or labeled or put into a box that then says, I'm different, I need to be out of society, and I need to look at myself as a problem. That is not the way to go about embracing your shadow. So I want to be very clear about that. The other part is the dark aspects. Well, I'm dark. And a lot of what has come to pass needs to be uprooted as a generational curse for generational healing. Dark or black magic. That part of spirituality is a lie, and it was intended to separate and divide. Evil is evil, and it should be called as such. Of God is of God, and it is divine, and it is without color. And so that needs to be made very clear. And I thank you for receiving it for what it is. So there is an essential condition and for any kind of self-knowledge. And you take that self-knowledge and you turn it to wisdom to share with others. That is a surefire way to help your shadow really feel on purpose. And you want to do that in order to embrace your shadow. See, we're all teachers and we're all educators. We're all learners and we're all students, right? And so if we deny our human that pure need to share knowledge with someone else, then our human is wondering, well, what are we here for then? What is our purpose? So make sure, put that in your notes, put that in your journal, that identity and that purpose is really a constant path of seeking that your human is on. And that's why when you feel this calling on your soul, when you feel this, what am I supposed to be doing with my life? I don't know if this is really it. Well, should I be incorporating that? I know I'm good at this. Can that be it? You know, that's a part of the struggle that your human feels, and met with society or with what your human has really faced and what she or he sees is a big deal. So we take all of that into consideration, okay? So here's a statement. It is the collection of repressed aspects of our identity that Jung referred to as our shadow self. Now, I totally agree with that being an aspect of our identity and repressed parts of our history. So let me just break that apart and let me ask you all to really comment in the comment sections. Really, what is the part of your history that poses an obstacle to embracing where you're at right now? What is it? Now, you got to give yourself some time to think about this. What is the obstacle that has surfaced over and over and over again that makes you question spirituality? What is the obstacle that pops up over and over again that makes you question spirituality? Could be your purpose in spirituality, could be your or just understanding spirituality, could be understanding, is God real? There's something that constantly pops up for you, and you definitely want to call it out right now. Michelle says fear. Thank you so much. And thank you, Miss Carol B., one of our certified spiritual life coaches and our certified angel and oracle spiritual guidance card reader. Thank you so much. And one of our admins with Spiritual Guidance Academy. So what else do we have going on there? Without the fear. The fear of what, Michelle? If you would go in a little bit deeper, the fear of, because that's really that human energy. Our human is based on fear. But we are not. We are the soul within our human, and we're connected to the Holy Spirit. Therefore, we know the infinite abundance that we really deserve. But our human says, well, no, that's not what society's been telling me. That's not what this category that I've been boxed in says. And so where is that coming from? It could be from projections from family. It could be from friends cutting us down whenever we say that, oh my gosh, I just think I just had a psychic premonition. Oh my gosh, this dream just felt so real. So we see Sienna says the principles of study versus reality comes up. Excellent. And thank you so much for sharing that. Dominique says, I think fear of me doing it wrong. All of these are extremely valid fears. And so when we get really specific in what that is, we then begin to unravel it. Now, see what's happening as you are writing this, your human is going to fight that, because your human is going to say, well, why didn't you tell me that this was not okay? Or, well, why are you blaming me? How many of you are feeling guilt right now? How many of you are feeling the fear just kind of surge up within you, almost as if when you see something boiling, you see water boiling, or you see the whatever you're cooking boiling over and it's about to, go over the pot. And so you kind of feel that coming up. It becomes very emotionally intense and stressful. You feel the anxiety boiling up within you. That is simply because your human is seeking comfort. Now your human feels like she or he is in the hot seat. And so we're going to talk about how to make sure your human doesn't feel that way. Okay, so just right now, as you are experiencing this with your human, make sure that you're telling your human, it's okay. It's okay. I'm not blaming you. I'm thanking you so much. I appreciate you so much. I thank you so much for letting me receive this training. Thank you so much. This is for us. I love you so much. And I thank you so much for sharing that with me, because that is who really just shared your truth. You're human. See, you didn't come here by yourself. You came here with your human. Your human clicked on the link. Your human decided, okay, well, we've got this going on. We've got to work. We've got to look for a job. We got to take care of this. We got all these responsibilities, obligations. whatever else is going on, we got to rest. We got to go get groceries. We got responsibilities. But I feel you inside of me. Therefore, I know this is very important to you. So, all right, let's do it. We must show our human appreciation for that. That is the first step in embracing and coming to peace with our shadow self. We must appreciate her or him. So please take that time to really say thank you, because your human is scared to life right now, putting all her business out there, sharing with the world what he is fearing the most. And we need to celebrate that. Once you have begun to celebrate that, I want you to put it in there. I want you to put how you really feel about your human so she or he sees it. My human is the bomb. And I'm going to put that. I am so proud of my human right now, because she is doing this scared. And that's what it takes to succeed in this life that we call the fourth dimension. So really acknowledge that and let your human be celebrated. When is the last time you celebrated your human in this way? Have you ever? So give that to your human. And so we are now not rejecting our human. We are celebrating and we are showing our human that we love everything about our human, faults and all. That we don't judge our human. That we expect our human to fail. And when our human fails, no longer will our human have to go outside of ourselves for validation, for support, for love, for mending of the wounds, for healing. So this is the first beginning of really being able to show our human that our human can self-love. Our human can receive from within. Our human doesn't have to be people pleasers. Our human can please us. And then once our cup runneth over, we can give of ourselves. But our human can very well honor that need for healing and love and remain filled up of ourselves. And that's really big. That's super big. Make sure you note that in your journal. So let's go over some symptoms of when you're not in control of your human and your human really is being controlled by society, someone else, family, the kids, the parents, teachers, the managers, co-workers, whomever it is, the government, whatever it is, our past circumstances, our current circumstances, our fears and history and all of that. So we're not going to pretend anymore that the unacceptable urges, the negative or evil thoughts don't exist, that the sexual desires, that the taboo, that the irrational wishes and desires, the shameful experiences, the guilt, the immoral, unethical thoughts don't pop up. The aggressive or the repressed aren't there. We're not going to pretend, because we know now that our human is not to blame, and we are able and more than capable of choosing what thoughts, urges, desires remain. We know now that those thoughts are impressions, that because we are energy, we are simply picking up on. But we do not have to own them. Did you get that? I want you to make sure you write that in your journal. All of that negativity, we don't have to own. It is a choice. We all have them. We all have them. Because we are part human, and that is associated with our shadow self. But we don't have to own them. They don't belong to us. What we can own is a choice. So when we choose not to own all of that, that gets us in trouble, there's a void. So we make a choice to own the opposite. Well, in order for us to own the opposite of what doesn't exist, because we know that existed, so where's the other stuff at? I don't see it. I felt that. I received that. I don't want to receive that. So where's the other stuff? It exists within the spirit realm. That energy exists. You have to call it to you. Just as that negative intention, the thought, the urge, the desire that was ungodly, that was the thought that's going to get you in trouble, the one that's going to get you on punishment, the one that's going to get you fired, the one that's going to get you broke, the one that's going to get you unhappy in love, the one that's going to get the divorce, the one that's going to make things hard and difficult for you in this fourth dimension. We're not going to choose that. We're going to choose what we desire, and it's coming in through the law of attraction and the law of cause and effect, the law of polarities. There's so many, but they are all universal laws that we all have access to. And the way we tap into that wealth is through our vision. So you don't want that. What do you want? That's what you focus on. The complete opposite. All right, if this kid over here doesn't stop crying, I'm going to go over there and snatch him up. Okay, where the heck did that just come from? Oh my gosh, if this kid doesn't stop kicking the back of my seat in the airplane, why won't their parents say something? Oh my gosh, I'm going to say something. Oh my goodness. Lord, please hold my tongue. Oh my gosh, I'm about to say something. Whew. Lord, have mercy. Okay, I don't want that thought. I don't want it. I don't want that thought. What I want is peace and tranquility. So, okay, I want him to stop. What's going to make him stop? What do I got in my purse? What do I have in my bag? What do I have? I got my phone. Well, YouTube, you are my best friend right now. We about to put on some cartoons. And if I got to give this baby my phone and his mother's okay with it, they're going to have my phone for the rest of the flight. What kind of snacks do I have in here? And Mom, do you mind if I give can he have some of this? Bag unopened, it's safe. Could be some fruit snacks. You gotta come prepared, right? Maybe you gotta play a little hide and seek with the baby. What do you need to do? So that came in from, oh my goodness, okay, I can do that. I'm capable of that. Does that make sense so far? Very simple, very easy for you to do, right? Very easy for you to do. Okay? Very easy. Okay, so you might have a tendency to harshly judge others, okay, when your shadow is out of control. All right? Especially if it comes on like that. It's an impulse, right? And you might be telling people, oh my goodness, if someone got married, but maybe their wedding dress is not of your liking, or maybe the way that they posted the pictures is not the way you like it, or if someone is valuing buying crab legs on Friday night, and you know that they just complained about not being able to pay their cable bill, or something like that, judging them for what they value. You know, we don't know what was going on in their life and in their situation. We don't know what's going on in their thinking, but the judgment. So pointing out someone's insecurities and flaws when we got our own, right? What is that scripture? Or what does it say? I just heard I heard um, a YouTube creator who is, I think he's very famous in TikTok and was famous on Vibe. And he said, if there's a scripture that he said, don't judge someone's speck in their eye before you look at the log in your own, something like that. It's very true. Turn that back on yourself. And instead of calling somebody stupid or just ignorant or naive or anything like that, roll that back on into yourself and ask your human, why do we even want to say that about somebody? What within us is making us react that much, that deeply and harshly? I guarantee you that it's something that your shadow doesn't want to embrace within his or herself. Having a quick temper, just losing your patience. We all know that patience is the number one virtue, but how often do we exercise it? We've got to practice it. When we are too quick to have that power drive or that just to really hurt somebody else, we got to look at that. How about when we play the victim? Oh, woe is me. Oh, I can't have. Oh, this always happens to me. Oh, it's Monday. I can't stand it. And all this other stuff. Roll that back. This is Manifestation Monday. This is the beginning of our unit. This is a blessed day. I look so forward to today, let me tell you. And on the other aspect of that, how did you wake up to Monday? How about a willingness to step on others to achieve your own success? Whoa. What would cause you to be out of your integrity? What would cause you to really hurt somebody else just to seek a goal for yourself? Did someone do that to you? Is that what you were taught? Is that what the energy that is surrounding you is saying? Then maybe it's time to get new friends. Maybe it's time to start cutting people off. Maybe it's time to start owning your own life instead of allowing your life to be an impression of someone else's. How about unacknowledged biases and prejudices? That's a big one. Homophobic, sexist, xenophobic, racism. Okay, harboring these unhealthy thoughts, the stereotypes, pretending to ignore how much they hurt people. Where's the fear at in you owning the complete opposite of that energy, of that fear-based energy? Is it because throughout your generations and your family, you have seen this play out, actually manifest in the way that adults taught the kids, in the way that you were taught about someone of a different way, shape, form, way of life, whatever it is, color, creed, ethnicity, gender, other side of the city, whatever it is. How about this one? This one right here, the Messiah complex. Some people think that being so enlightened means that they're higher and better than anybody else, means that they can't do anything wrong. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not true. We're all part human. We can't save everybody, but often when we wake up to our purpose, our calling, we feel like we've got to save the masses because that's the message that many of us hear. We gotta do this to save the masses. We gotta serve all of humanity. That's certainly what I heard. I didn't know what the heck that meant. I didn't know how to do it other than I gotta save humanity. Literally. But what it meant was I need to go one at a time. I need to minister or teach or give value to the people that Spirit sends to me and teach them how to do it so that they can do what they need to do for other people and realize that we are of the collective creative web. We're all connected, and together we make this beautiful movement in spirituality. All right, here's another quote. If only it were all so simple, if only there were evil people somewhere insidiously committing evil deeds, and it was necessary only to separate them from the rest of us and destroy them. But the line dividing good and evil cuts through the heart of every human being, and who is willing to destroy a piece of his own heart? Who is willing to destroy a piece of his or her own heart? Very difficult. Very difficult to do the work within that requires us to come to peace with our shadow. Celebrate your human for staying tuned in this long. If you hate a person, you hate something in him or her that is part of yourself. What isn't part of ourselves doesn't disturb us. When you find it difficult to appreciate the Holy Spirit lives within us. Because we've got 10 more minutes in, I'm going to jump right on over to our steps, okay? So our 7 steps to master any spiritual awakening. You know what? I'm going to go on over here and I'm going to pick up a book so that you can see it. And I want you to see this is exactly how I want you to have it. Got your pen or your pencil in there, and you got your Post-its, you've got your writing notes, okay? I wrote this book in the way that I speak to my private coaching clients because I know everybody can't afford my services, but that's not going to stop my mission. And I don't want you to stop because of the obstacles that your current situation presents to you. Whatever your mission is, it is yours, and it is meant to be carried out in this lifetime. The number one regret of the dying is that they wish they lived the life that they were born to live. How many dreams go unanswered, unmet, unlived? Don't wait until it's too late. Live your life. Each moment, decide that you're going to provide value and be a blessing to others. And I guarantee you that you will live the most satisfying life ever. So, you are going to use this book for your guidebook. And the first step that we have is awareness. Okay? Awareness of what the heck is going on. Okay, I woke up today, I feel different. I woke up in the middle of the night, I feel different. I don't know why I'm wide awake, but I know I need to be doing something. What is it that I need to be doing? Awareness. I don't feel comfortable at this job. Okay, I got laid off, got fired. Now I'm trying to find a job again. But every time I try to seek for the same kind of industry, I don't feel it. I feel like I'm feeling pulled in another direction. Can't quite put my name on it, but I think I don't feel fulfilled. I'm not going to want to do that. Okay, I've been married since I've been 20, and now I'm 30, and I'm feeling like this is the only person I've been with. Can we do it? Did we make the right decision? Are we in that slump? Do we need to do counseling? What do we need? Do we need to just learn how to communicate to each other? Are we growing apart? Can we grow apart and grow back together? What is it that's going on? This diagnosis, the doctor's telling me I can't have kids. They're telling me that I can't, my baby isn't going to be born. That's a lie. I know I'm supposed to be a mom. I'm supposed to be a dad. Why are they telling me different? What am I supposed to do? You got death. Your parents passed on. Your sibling passed on. Your child passed on. What in the heck do you do now? All of these things are the doorway to the rest of your life. And in that moment, you are being awoken to your untapped, your unlimited potential. And in that very moment, your human, your shadow, is seeking direction. Where your direction comes from is everything. So awareness is step one. Step two is detachment. Well, Spirit's asking you to detach from some things. Could it be a mindset? Could it be the behavior? Could it be the addictions? Could it be those negative thoughts and impulses that I told you before everybody has? We all have that. Could it be that? Detachment, letting go of that which no longer serves you. Some of it never has. Letting go of unhealthy, toxic connections. Letting go of trying to please other people. Letting go of playing your life so tiny and so hidden behind the scenes and so comfortable but uncomfortable, settling into the stuck and the staying just unhappy in your life. Not trying to make waves, trying to fit in with the rest of your friends, even though you feel, doggone well you've outgrown them. Doing the same things doesn't even satisfy you anymore. But then you wonder, what the heck is going on? Why? Well, if this doesn't make me happy anymore, what does? Have you ever given that thought? Right? So detachment. Vulnerability is next, because when we become aware that this is happening, whatever this is, we know we're being distanced from something and we don't have control over it, but we feel it and we can't stop it. And I liken it to sitting or standing out in a plain field of just desert. Just a desert, nothing there. There's no structures. There's no mountains around you. There's nothing there except for the vastness of who you are and what is around you. Nothing that you can see from the human sight. Everything that you can feel, which is vulnerability. And you feel this energy that is rolling up behind you. And it is this dust cloud of massive energy that is, you can't see inside of it. It is thick, and you just hear the rumbling of it. You feel the shaking underneath your feet. You can feel the vibration coming closer and closer and closer. There's nowhere for you to run. There's no one there to save you from that which you have no idea is coming. Yet, there's something within you that says, you're going to be okay. You don't know what it is. You know it's massive. You know it's bigger than you. but yet you choose to stand right there and embrace it. And here it comes. You might take a peek back and you see this cloud of dust that's picked up from every bit of what the ground you're standing on. Yet it's bigger than life. You can no longer see the sky. It is almost going to engulf you, and yet you stand there. Out of fear, out of strength, you don't know. You just know that you can't stop it. Are you crazy? Are you really seeing it? Are you feeling it? What is this? And why isn't anyone there to help save you? And do you really need saving? All of this. And so you just stand there and you choose. I'm all in. You choose to be vulnerable and submit to this huge, powerful, raging energy. Because even though it feels really, really scary, what else do you have? You certainly don't want to go back to the way you used to feel and the way you used to do life and the way you used to make decisions. Somehow, you crossed over to this understanding that that way of life, the way that you would have run, you would have tried to outrun it anywhere you could go. There's no direction, there's no map, there's no nothing, but you would have just bolted in some direction, aimlessly just running out of fear. For some reason, you've decided to just stand there. Have you ever felt like that? Scared to life. Yet, there's something in you that knows you're going to be all right. That whatever this thing is that's coming, bigger than life, is going to help you somehow. It's going to bless you somehow. There's a change in the air. And so that moment of impact that comes up from behind you and propels you forward, in that moment, you then realize, oh my gosh, I'm flying. I don't know how I'm flying. I don't know where I'm going, but I know that what's happening right now defies human logic, and I feel safe. I don't feel like I'm in trouble. I don't feel like being out of control is a bad thing anymore. I feel great. I feel weird. I feel scared. I feel anxious, but I feel okay. I feel excited. And I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I don't know what for. I don't know what's to come. But I'm vulnerable. Just like Mel Yell says, learning to submit to it. How do we learn to submit to it, Dominique? Who says, yes, right. How do we learn to submit to it? We humble ourselves. We hang on to the humility that we woke up with this very day. The humility that says, I have limits as my human self, but I know that there's something within me that says, I am unlimited and I haven't tapped into all that I am supposed to be. I want you to look at our comments because our spiritual superstars are on it. Let me ring the bell for y'all because y'all are on it. And I'm so grateful. Proud of y'all. Proud of you. Thank you for sharing the wealth of who you are. We are all spiritually gifted. We all come with these gifts to share with others. And receive that because you just allowed your shadow to teach, to receive, to realize she or he doesn't need to know all the answers. We just simply have to submit to the right power. So the fourth step, once we have begun to be vulnerable and just open up and soften and know that submitting to this higher power is okay. We're not submitting to man or woman. We are submitting to the unknown within us, that little bit, that inkling of hope. And in that moment is step 4, when we become enlightened, that aha moment that we embraced. Whoa, what now? What now? There's a meditation that I want you to go through in this book, and it's going to help you embrace that moment in order to go to the next step. Absolutely, please write your questions in there, comment, pose your questions, because we're going to go through the questions in just a moment. Enlightenment is that moment of awareness of the divine within you, within the moment, within your circumstances. Enlightenment says you are capable, you are able, you are stronger than your weakest or lowest moment. Enlightenment says, I'm going to be okay. I got fired. I didn't save any money in the bank. I ain't got no money. I got kids. I ain't got no money. I got kids. I ain't got no money. I got kids. But something in me says I'm going to be okay. And I am going to take care of my babies. Got evicted. On the door. They want $1,700 I ain't got. But I feel like I'm going to be okay. I don't know where the money's coming from. I don't know where we're about to go, but I feel like we're going to be okay. Now what? So going to get your book, 7 Steps to Mastering a Spiritual Awakening, and go to your meditation and actually participate in it. All right? The Enlightenment meditation is on page 151. Step 5, when we get to that point, we need to accept where we're at and where we're going, where we're not going to go to. So the visual that I'd like you to take right now is take a deep breath in and let it out. One more time. Imagine yourself at the port of the ocean. Family and friends are waving from the shore while you sail off on this beautiful party ship. A cruise of celebration, party goers, just on a destination to have a good time. The music is playing, Everyone is celebrating for different reasons. And the more you venture out to sea, the shore becomes a distant memory. The sun begins to go down. The beautiful reds and oranges and yellows begin to pull at the very chakras within you they represent. All the other partiers make their way into the different celebrations going on below. You make your way to the other side of this huge ocean liner, and you realize there's nothing around you but sea, the vastness, the beauty within the darkness. It is the sea of spirituality. You suddenly realize you are all alone on the deck, and you have no desire to venture below. And as you ponder your circumstances, you hear a voice asking you to let go. You realize there is no question of what you are being asked to let go of. It becomes painfully clear as the last thing you want to do is to venture below, where all the partiers, your friends, family, people that were once of like spirit, behavior, enjoyed the same activities, no longer feels safe anymore. Letting go then becomes the bridge to where you're not quite sure, but you have this yearning, a calling, if you will, that deeply within the you of who you are at that very moment, there's so much more. And as you begin to hear, let go, loud and clear, you find that you are desperately seeking for a way out. And you see the emergency boats on the side. And you know that if you unhooked with one action, you would be off that ocean liner and you would be by yourself in that vast sea of the unknown. You must decide where you are going to go. What are you going to do? You are now at the point of no return. You must decide to stay on that boat or that's acceptance. Acceptance doesn't mean that you are automatically going to choose the latter. You are often going to go back to fear. So you're going to go back to detachment. You're going to have to remind your human at stage one, awareness. Why is this even happening? Your human is going to buck you. That's why it's so important for you to embrace your shadow self and to become at best friends with your shadow. So you must constantly seek to make peace with your shadow. Once you accept that the latter is where you really want to be, there's no other choice for you. You have chosen not to go back to your past. And it is all based on faith because you have no idea what holds or what is to be received in this vastness of this ocean without lights, by yourself, no less. But choosing to go back to the past isn't quite comforting because even though you know what to expect, you also know that you needed to leave for a very specific reason. And so you go back to step number 2, detachment. What is that? And you go on and you seek to be vulnerable to that truth and being honest with yourself and doing the work, which is what we have been doing today. So take this time again to embrace your human and say, good job, great job. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. My goodness. You've surprised me today. This is doing the work. And we're doing the work. So proud of you. And then your shadow is now learning, maybe I can trust you. I don't know yet. This is just a one time. You're going to have to show up repeatedly for me to believe you. And accept that. Own it. Humble yourself to yourself and show up for yourself. Because in that way, you are submitting to the will of our Creator. And our Creator does have a plan for each and every one of us. So when we choose to have our will be done, and it gets destroyed and we fall flat on our face, we get to fail forward because then we know that we have a plan that has been already figured out for us. And we get to say, okay, that will be done. I'm following your blueprint, not mine. And then we get to say at 11:11, Divine Source, please show me my spiritual guidance the way that I can receive it. We get to say that when things go haywire. We get to say that when he says he doesn't want to marry you. We get to say that when she says, I want a divorce. We get to say that when the job says, we no longer need your services. We get to say that when our best friends talk about us and gossip about us. We get to say that when our business has failed and we need to pick back up. We get to say that and we get to own it. And we get to live in expectation that we are born to succeed, that we are born to have the love of our life, that we are born to have children when we want to be parents, that we are born to absolutely succeed and enjoy the work that we do because we were born to do it. We deserve to live where we want to live. We deserve to have the financial freedom that we continue to seek. We deserve to have the ability to create generational wealth and legacy income. And we deserve to live happily each and every day with smiles in our hearts and souls, and to go to sleep at night knowing that we are not only happy, but we are healthy. And we get to enjoy that abundant energy at all times. Because we truly are blessed and highly favored, even in the eye of the storms that undoubtedly will happen. And once we accept it, we then get to go forward and go to step 6, take action. So we get to walk that walk and talk that talk. And we get to just vibrate on that energy. And we get to let the haters hate. And we let the objections and the obstacles come. And we're like, okay, I see you. But now that I see you, go on, get away. You can't hurt me. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And we get to do that. Bam, 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 bam. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. And we get to own our rhythm through it. We get to block them, right? Mm, mm, mm. Ah, mm-hmm. And we get to step through life the way that we choose to, on our terms. And you get to wake up and understand that, oh my gosh, I'm living my dream life. I am. Spiritual superstars, you can too. I'm not special in that respect. I'm not special in that regard. The people that you admire are not special in that regard. They are special within their own relationship with our Creator and their understanding that they can manifest the type of life that they choose to live. And so, as you're admiring them doing it, you get to do it starting right now. Don't just admire the fact that I have money in the bank. My kids don't want for anything. I am partnered with amazing business-minded people that support my businesses. We get to support each other. I am blessed. I am healthy with chronic illnesses. I'm no more special than you are. And you get to do the same thing. You get to live your dream life the way that you choose, the way that you create it to be. So as you take action, right? You take massive action. You take massive action. You keep hearing that, right? Who's heard that? Who has heard that? You take massive action. What does that mean? We're going to go through that. But the 7th step, once you're taking action, you're receiving confirmation. You're receiving synchronicities. And so confirmation says, oh my gosh, I can do this. I'm doing this. I am a leader. I am showing up for my own life. I'm showing up for my family. I'm showing up for my human. I got this. And the second you fail, you go back to what am I supposed to be detaching from? Where's the fear? Okay, that doesn't serve me. I know what I did last time didn't work. Now I'm feeding faith. I'm starving fear. I'm not going back to my past. I'm going to my future. Give me some of that. And what then happens through these 7 steps is you begin to retrain your human. You begin to reprogram her or him. And as you do that, you continue taking this massive action, starting with your thought, because we know that the thought is the seed that God gave you, and you are the sower of the seed that God gave. Are you not? Yes or yes? Yes or yes. You are the sower of the seed divine source gave. And you are going to sow it, and you are going to reap, and you are going to harvest abundant wealth in all areas of life because you believe and you are claiming it to be. And so it is. That is no weapons formed against me shall ever prosper. All right? All right. And so you know how powerful you are. So you know how we do spiritual superstars. We participate. So we got homework. All right? We got homework. I want you to comment in the comment sections. Tell me what you get out of the value that I bring. Do me that favor. What do you get out of the value that I bring you? Whether it be through Spiritual Guidance Academy, whether it be for me directly through our private coaching sessions or our readings or our time here and any of the free programs that I provide, what is it that you get from me? Can you do that for me? And I'm going to tell you what it's going to do for you. You always want to look at what's in it for me. All right? Well, you're going to do me that blessing. And you make no mistake about it, you are truly blessing me with that feedback because I'd like to grow. I'm a life learner, I'm a life educator, and I'm serving my mission. And you are my mission. All right? So you help me do that. You help me give the best of the best to you. And I always want to come with the best. I want you to always get the best of me. So what do I give you? What kind of value do I give you? You, in doing so, are allowing your human to give. And that is the one thing that we are supposed to do in this lifetime. What happens when we give is we open our energy up to receive not only what we need, but what we deserve. See, the universe says this very concept and every single universal principle, all right, that governs all of us. We are all encircled in this truth that we give to receive, and we receive what we deserve. And so when you're manifesting anything in your life, anything that's on your soul, not only are you planting the seeds when you're giving to someone else, but you are absolutely calling all of the divine universal energy to strengthen and cultivate those very seeds so that you can harvest way above and beyond even your wildest dreams. Because remember, your shadow self is very limited. So he or she can only imagine as far as her or his limitations that have been imposed upon the shadow self. Okay? So when you do that, you enact all the universal energies from our ancestors, our angels, our spirit guides, certainly the messengers and manifestations of the Most High. And you call all that help to you, and you don't even know who they are, and you don't need to, because that's the epitome of knowing that I don't need to know how it's going to happen. I just know it's going to happen, and I receive it, I claim it, and so it is. Because you're taking massive action. Thank you so much for today. I pray that you've gotten, your time's worth, your energy's worth out of it. And I look so forward to reading your comments on the value that I bring you. It helps me continue to serve in my mission, which again is to serve all of you. I am blessed to be your servant leader, and I pray that you have a beautifully blessed Manifestation Monday. Mwah. I love y'all, spiritual superstars. Let me go ahead and answer this beautiful question. And thank you so much for asking it. We're going to go through here and just answer some questions. So definitely put your questions down there. I know we're about an hour and a half in, but I'm willing to go 2 hours if we need to. So just hang on in there with us, spiritual superstars. So DJ Teo Records, first of all, congratulations on your business. Okay, many success, many years of prosperity to you, my dear love. Every time I close my eyes and take deep breaths, I get tingling sensations all over my body. What does that mean? Well, let me just tell you congratulations also with that. That is spiritual communication. And when we are getting those sensations all over our human, we then understand that we are in close proximity and we are receiving messages from within the spirit realm. So that may be our spirit guides, that may be divine source of all. It may be our ancestors, it may be an ascended loved one that has passed on. It may be our archangels, it may be messengers or again manifestations of the Most High, Muhammad, Abdul Baha, Baha'u'llah, Christ Jesus, Zoroaster, Buddha, any of the ascended masters as well. So just it could be our fur baby, okay? Could be our fish that passed on, could be a hamster, could be any one of the energies that has a message for you. Why do we receive them from all of or one of? It's because we're open to the energies that we can receive from. Okay, so we do all receive messages from divine source. We are a part of God, but we also have to understand we are not allowed to receive messages from all of our spiritual team or spiritual guides all of the time. They have jobs to do within their celestial station. And I, for one, found that very difficult to appreciate as my Queen Mother ascended on into the Abba kingdom to be my closest ancestor. And having to understand just after 1 month, actually 5 weeks, it has been, having to appreciate the fact that I have to go to God directly when a lot of times I want to go straight to her. And I cannot, because she is now not only my Queen Mother, but she is Queen Mother to many. As she lived that role in her human existence as my mama. Many of my friends would come and be in her house when I didn't even live there anymore. If they still lived in the same city, they were there. I might call her and she might say, "Oh yeah, so-and-so is over here. We're getting ready to go to such and such." What? Well, wait, what? It could be someone that I didn't even keep in touch with, but they did. So know that your tingling sensations, your burning in the palms of your hands, radiating waves up and down your arms, your legs, your back, the numbing, the thumping, all of it, the goosebumps, the tingling, the tightening of your skin, all of it is attached to a meaning. What that meaning is holds significance to where you're going in your life. That is for sure. Okay, so I hope that that makes sense to you. And thank you so much for asking. All right. All right. Any more questions that I might have missed? And now that I know I need to start showing them, that's super cool. I didn't know that we could do that. We're going to show Miss Aurora Day, who is giving us financial advice very, very soon. So you want to make sure you get over to spiritualguidanceacademy.com and enroll, because the invite is private and it will be going out to all of our students that are registered at spiritualguidanceacademy.com. Aurora Day, Miss Day says, I'm getting confirmation that I'm not alone on this spiritual journey. Absolutely. And thank you so much for sharing that. So just as a side note, just to give you some nuggets there on what is to come, networking is the number one thing. But networking on a spiritual level is understanding that networking is through our ancestors, our spirit guides, and our entire spiritual team, of which are always around us at all times. Our ancestors work for us on the other side at all times. And so it's really important to pay attention to our dreams, our anomalies during the day. For example, Archangel Metatron is a watcher. Archangel Metatron, oh my goodness, I love working with Archangel Metatron, because Archangel Metatron sits right there on the side of the throne of God, okay? And Archangel Metatron is one that approaches us with the anomaly, with the thing that begs for our attention. And when that energy beckons for us to pay attention, we then have received our first sign. And we want to make sure we look for 3, okay? Always look for that triplicate. So, for example, I woke up the other night. Many of you have heard me say that when I wake up in the middle of the night with the holy SHIT, that's big because I'm not going around the day saying holy SHIT. So if I do say it, I know that it is attached to something humongous that is very significant to me in my life. And I know the points to look out for. Okay. So, knew that, okay, there's certain things that I say or do after that happens, and I'm totally wide awake when that happens. I can hear myself say it. My ex has heard me say it, and you know, and it just is the truth, right? And so during the day, it happened, and okay. So what are the surrounding things that are going on when that happens, and you will know what to do. One time when it happened, I said it. I asked Spirit what I needed to ask. Went back to sleep. I know what to expect when it happens during the day. It happened, and it was the moment that our YouTube channel had been hacked by 2 men in Morocco. And you could see the information there, but they changed my passcodes, all of it, locked me out of my own channel, and started to do things that were all to shut us down and take over our channel and the associating channels. And so, make a long story short, I followed my spiritual guidance and regained access, kicked them out, the whole 9 yards. We were good. So, the spiritual, knowing that we are not alone. We're never alone. We're never a one-man island. We're never a one-woman island. We got help. We got help, and it doesn't start with having human help. So that's really big. So as a side note, just want to say a little bit about Miss Aurora Day of Aurora Day Consulting. Let me tell y'all something. This is a powerful financial expert, and that is why we definitely are blessed to have her on our side. And I am definitely blessed to have her also as a member of our team in one of our other business ventures. And so what she has is going to be something that will help you take your life back in 2021. So you want to make sure that you're registered at spiritualguidanceacademy.com because you don't want to miss that. One tip is this 4th quarter, when you're in business for yourself, and you should all be in business for yourself, okay? You should all be business owners. The 4th quarter is when you want to take this massive action so that you can have an incredibly blessed 1st quarter in 2021. If no one ever taught you that, oh honey, you're going to learn about that in what we have to share with you and so much more. We want you to be able to create generational wealth. We want you to be able to create what is your birthright, which is legacy income. And we want you to understand the different obstacles and the correct mindset to have. And we want to help you with practical solutions, tips, and tricks that you can apply immediately and get positive results. All right. So awesome, awesome, awesome. Let me just go on back through here. Let's see what we got. Oh, you are so welcome. Thank you so much. And Raymond, I hope that your premonition is awesome too. You're so welcome, Miss Vivian. Awesome, everybody. You're so welcome. Let's roll on through and see what else we got up here. Let's see. A lot of, and exactly how I've been feeling, embracing the unknown, all of that good stuff. Awesome. I'm so happy to see your comments there. All right, so I think that'll be it for right now. Pretty sure. Let's see. I'll go up to another one. Miss Rosalind, absolutely. Miss Rosalind. Hey, Nicole. Hi, Nicole. It's Rosalind, who has been with us for quite some time. Let me tell y'all, spiritual superstars. I'm homeless, still struggling to find a place, and all my life, no matter what I do, I struggle financially. So there it is right there. There it is. You're claiming it, pulling it to you, okay? Miss Rosalind, need you to acknowledge it. Don't verbalize it. Need you to acknowledge it and then verbalize the opposite. Verbalize what you want to happen. So this is how we're going to reword that. All right. Hey, Nicole, it's Rosalind. Any advice? I am temporarily between my last home and my next amazing, comfortable abode. All my life, I have been in and will continue to be in the constant, ever abundant flow of where Spirit wants me to go. Okay? All of my life, no matter what I do, I struggle. I'm not even going to repeat that. Okay? I am a creator of my prosperous and wealthy life. And I'm going to say financially. And I have the, I am empowered to live anywhere I choose to be. It feels incredibly blessed to be me. I am so blessed and highly favored to live so free. Okay? You are free of any burdens. You are free of debt. You are free of restriction. You are so abundant in your life. The sky is the limit. You are on a blank canvas. You get to create your life the way that you so choose. How beautifully blessed are you? Oh my gosh, you are absolutely right on the verge of your next beautiful place. Can you see it? I can see it. Oh, it's so beautiful. I can see the sun coming in on you while you journal your story and bless other people. And you put it on YouTube because you have access to it. You got a YouTube channel and it is free. And so you're going to provide that to everybody. Your memoirs, they're going to bless others. They're going to show them that not only the circumstances that they're living in is not only their blessing in disguise, but it is absolutely the seed to their future wealth. All right, Miss Rosalind, thank you so much for asking. All right, dear love, so that'll do it for today. I thank you so much, and I can't wait until next week Definitely do your homework, and I will see you very soon. Mwah. Love y'all.